Hi, welcome to Tesla Car World. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the Cybertruck, arguably the most controversial vehicle in Tesla's lineup. The truth is, Cybertruck sales are alarmingly declining this year. The company has sold only around 10,000 units so far, compared to about 40,000 units last year. Is the demand for this vehicle practically collapsing? What do you think about the fact that many people aren't buying the Cybertruck simply because they don't have enough space for it? As we all know, people partly dislike the Cybertruck because of its bizarre design. It's quite large and bulky. But the biggest factor behind the drop in demand is its price, which is far beyond the reach of most customers. Even the cheapest version costs nearly $70,000. Design and price are the two main issues keeping demand for the Cybertruck consistently low. And if this trend continues, there's no doubt that the Cybertruck could become the product that contributes most to Tesla's potential risk of bankruptcy. Look, we're big Tesla fans and got a soft spot for the Cybertruck, but let's be real here. Tesla's not just going to sit back and let the Cybertruck flop, and they sure as heck aren't going to let it tank the company. To make the Cybertruck something most people can actually afford, Tesla just dropped a smaller, cheaper version that costs about the same as a Model 3, or even less at $49,990. So, what's this new version got? How'd Tesla strip it down? Let's dive in and find out. Yeah, the Cybertruck's design might stir up some debates, and the price tag's been a tough sell for some. But when it comes to the driving experience, durability, and keeping drivers safe in serious crashes, we'd bet good money the Cybertruck's in a league of its own. Here are a few random comments from Cybertruck owners we stumbled across. Yeah, that's something we can't deny. The Cybertruck does offer features you simply won't find on other Tesla models, like steering by wire. The interior also delivers a premium experience with a central control screen as large as 18.5 inches. However, its high price tag makes all those specs and driving experiences almost meaningless for most people. They just don't get to enjoy these amazing features because they don't have the chance to own such an expensive pickup truck. But price isn't the only issue with the Cybertruck. Currently, Tesla's pickup is only available in North America, not in major markets like Europe or Asia, where Tesla has a significant presence. The main reason is its oversized dimensions, which simply aren't ideal for many narrow streets or varied traffic conditions abroad. Earlier this year, the UK government confiscated one of the first imported Cybertrucks, while another unit in the European Union had to be modified to meet local safety regulations due to its sharp, rigid body design. The truth is, Tesla actually downsized the Cybertruck before starting production and deliveries in November 2023. The original prototype was slightly larger. From what we understand, the size reduction was partly to ensure the vehicle could fit inside Boring Company tunnels. But clearly just shrinking it a bit wasn't enough. For the Cybertruck to make it into markets beyond North America, Tesla really needs a significantly smaller version, and the price needs to come down even further. There's nothing more important than price, and that's exactly why the company decided to develop a smaller version, as confirmed by Tesla's Vice President of Engineering, Lars Moravi. He stated that Tesla will launch a compact pickup, possibly as soon as next year. In fact, Lars Moravi isn't the only one who's talked about it. Elon Musk also hinted a smaller Cybertruck version back in 2019. He teased on X that a smaller version of the Cybertruck could be released in the future. So what's in a smaller version of the Cybertruck? First and foremost, the size and weight of this new version will be significantly adjusted. Although the current Cybertruck comes in multiple motor configurations, it's only available in one size. With an overall length of 223.7 inches, a width of 95 inches, and a height of 70.5 inches. The bed measures 72 inches long and 48 inches wide, while the truck's weight ranges from 6,000 to 6,900 pounds depending on the motor variant. However, the smaller Cybertruck is expected to shrink down to dimensions more in line with mid-size pickups like the Ford Ranger or Toyota Tacoma. Specifically, the new version will reportedly reduce overall length from 223 inches to around 210 inches, and width from 95 inches to just 75 inches, while maintaining the same height. The wheelbase is expected to drop to about 135 to 140 inches, making it more maneuverable in tight spaces. Thanks to its air suspension system, ground clearance could still be maintained at around 16 to 17 inches, ensuring solid off-road capability. Of course, the new version of the Cybertruck won't retain the same sharp, angular exterior as the original design. Instead, it's expected to feature more rounded and streamlined lines, similar to the look of the Ford F-150 or the Rivian R1T. That said, it will still carry Tesla's signature modern aesthetic, thanks to the use of stainless steel body panels. You know, the original angular design was one of Cybertruck's most defining features, but also one of the most controversial. That aggressive styling is a big reason why the vehicle hasn't rolled out more broadly in global markets. In regions like Europe and Asia especially, those sharp edges are seen as a potential danger to pedestrians and could cause more severe damage to other vehicles in the event of a crash. So, this design change could make the Cybertruck far more acceptable, especially in markets with strict road safety regulations. What do you think about a less angular Cybertruck? Drop a comment below. One of the key factors in reducing production costs is the battery system. The smaller Cybertruck version is expected to use a battery pack with reduced capacity, dropping from 123 kilowatt-hours down to somewhere around 75 to 100 kilowatt-hours. Surprisingly, though, the range won't drop that much. The new Cybertruck should still be able to go over 300 miles. Why is that? The simple answer is that a smaller battery pack doesn't just lower costs, that also significantly reduces the weight of the Cybertruck. Thanks to adjustments in both vehicle size and battery configuration, this version is expected to weigh around 4,500 to 5,000 pounds, with a lighter frame structure. The more weight you cut, the less battery capacity you need to maintain solid range. What we don't yet know is whether Tesla will continue using its 4680 battery cells in this smaller version. As of now, Tesla uses 4680 cells across all Cybertruck variants. While these are known as one of Tesla's in-house battery innovations, they're still relatively expensive to produce. That's why we can't help but question whether Tesla will really stick with 4680s for a more budget-friendly version of the Cybertruck. What do you think? Should Tesla consider switching to a different type of battery for the smaller pickup? As for the powertrain, the compact Cybertruck version will likely offer just two options: a single motor setup producing around 300 to 350 horsepower, and a dual motor configuration delivering about 400 to 450 horsepower. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour is expected to fall between 4.5 to 6 seconds, powerful enough to compete with today's mid-size pickup trucks. Removing the tri-motor option not only helps cut costs, but also simplifies the drivetrain system, making it easier and more affordable to manufacture. Finally, towing and payload capacity on the compact version will definitely be lower compared to the original Cybertruck, mainly due to the smaller battery and lower-powered motors. This version is expected to tow between 7,000 and 8,000 pounds and carry a payload of 1,500 to 2,000 pounds, which is more than adequate for everyday tasks and shorter trips. Not just the battery and motor, interior designs and premium features may also be simplified in this version. These are some of our predictions. As we all know, the large 18.5-inch touchscreen is a standout interior feature of the Cybertruck, displaying the speedometer, driver assist systems, infotainment, and more. Its sharp graphics and intuitive menus make the Cybertruck's screen easy to navigate and impressive to show off to friends. However, a smaller Cybertruck doesn't need such a large screen. A display under 15 inches like the one in the Model Y would be more than enough. The 15-speaker audio system could be reduced to 10 speakers. The 9.4-inch rear screen may be eliminated. There would be no steer-by-wire system, and it might use standard non-electric leather seats. The lighting could be monochrome, and the window glass simplified. No more shatterproof windows. Sound insulation would likely be less advanced compared to the current Cybertruck models. With these adjustments, the compact Cybertruck is expected to be at least $20,000 cheaper than the current Cybertruck RWD. That would bring the price down to $49,990, or possibly even lower if Tesla achieves greater efficiency during production. At $49,990, the Cybertruck would easily compete with pickup models like the Ford Ranger or Toyota Tacoma. Its minimalist design with thoughtfully removed features would help Tesla expand its market and appeal to a broader customer base, especially those who don't need a full-sized pickup. This is what we predict could happen with the smaller version of the Cybertruck. While these predictions may turn out to be right or wrong, they're certainly not out of the realm of possibility, especially considering that Tesla is well known for its ability to simplify things in order to cut production costs. Tesla doesn't have much experience in producing low-cost vehicles, but that's exactly the strategy we'll see more clearly when the Model 2 launches later this year, as mentioned during the Q2 earnings call. The Model 2 is expected to be an affordable car that could help turn things around for the company amid declining sales, and as Tesla falls behind BYD. Yeah, this is probably the most accurate depiction we've seen of the Model 2's design so far. Although Elon Musk said it would resemble the Model Y, it's clear that it doesn't look exactly the same. According to what's been revealed about this vehicle, it's expected to be 30% to 35% cheaper than the Model Y, which would make it one of the most affordable electric cars you can buy. We already know some details, not everything, but there's some pretty interesting data coming out of China that gives us a glimpse of what the new Model Y will and won't have. A prototype that was photographed shows the car has a front bumper camera, confirming that it will support full self-driving. The headlights have been moved up from their current lower position on the Model Y, and the full-glass panoramic roof is being eliminated. Some people might not be used to this design, but it's actually quite interesting, although this change may not be the most cost-effective move for the Model 2. It's a major shift, as Tesla will now have to build the entire roof out of steel instead of glass. So yes, that's a big change. No more panoramic glass roof. Of course, the rear screen for passengers is also being removed. We don't think that's really necessary in a budget-friendly car. After all, earlier versions of the Model 3 and Model Y didn't have rear screens either, so this is probably the right call. What about the battery for the Model 2? It looks like it'll use lithium iron phosphate batteries, with a pack size of just 53 to 55 kilowatt-hours. The driving range will likely drop to around 220 miles with the smaller battery pack. We don't think Tesla will go below 200 miles of range. In fact, the range could end up being higher than 220 miles, since the vehicle will use smaller wheels and have a lighter overall weight. This could increase range by around 5%. So, the range of this more affordable version of the Model Y, presumably the Model 2, could reach up to 240 miles by our estimate. That would be a real benefit for users. Most people don't actually need large wheels on a car like this, so that would be a big plus. There's no rear light bar like on the current Model Y, and this is still a four-door vehicle, with dimensions not drastically different from the Model Y. Essentially, the Model 2 will still be a crossover. The desire to buy the car is very high. It's just people don't have enough money in their bank account to buy it. Literally, that is the issue. Not a lack of desire, but a lack of ability. So the more affordable we can make the car, the better, Elon Musk said during the earnings call. Driving sales through more affordable products is crucial, especially as Tesla faces declining demand due to increasing competition and changes to government incentives, at least in its home market, the United States. Tesla's total revenue in Q2 2025 dropped 12%, year over year to $22.5 billion, while total vehicle deliveries fell 13% compared to the same period last year. In addition to developing new, more affordable and compact vehicles for the mass market, Tesla is also expected to shock the entire industry with the Optimus robot, more specifically, Tesla Optimus version 3. Over the years, Tesla has continuously improved its humanoid robot, from the early versions to the current Optimus Gen 2. Earlier this year, Elon Musk revealed that Tesla aims to produce at least 5,000 Optimus units in 2025. However, during the Q2 2025 earnings call, Musk clarified that once mass production begins, Optimus will feature the version 3 design, which is different from the current Gen 2 Optimus. Musk expressed strong optimism about the potential of Optimus 3, describing its design as exquisite and predicting it will eventually become Tesla's most important product in the long run. He emphasized that the V3 design is nearly flawless, requiring no fundamental changes, and includes all the necessary degrees of freedom to handle complex tasks. Although Tesla has not yet revealed official images of Optimus 3, many expect the robot to feature a modern appearance similar to the slim humanoid concept model introduced in 2021. If so, it's poised to become one of the most advanced tech products on the market. During the Q2 earnings call, Musk emphasized that Optimus 3 will have more degrees of freedom, allowing the robot to move and operate more like a human, with the ability to perform around 3,000 useful tasks. Optimus 3, is expected to far surpass the Gen 2 version. The new design will be lighter and is expected to move faster, thanks to the use of lighter materials or improvements in joint structure. Version 3 will also feature voice support from Grok and display useful status updates and user-requested information. Musk highlighted that every component of Optimus, from the motors and gearboxes to the sensors, has been custom designed based on fundamental physics, as no off-the-shelf parts could meet Tesla's requirements. The company is also leveraging AI technology from its full self-driving system to train Optimus, enabling it to move fluidly, avoid obstacles, and build environmental maps on its own. Regarding production plans, Musk said Tesla will begin building Optimus 3 prototypes by the end of 2025, with mass production ramping up in 2026. He predicted that Tesla could be producing 100,000 robots per month by 2030, though he acknowledged that the first 1 to 2 years will be challenging due to supply chain issues or internal errors. As for pricing, Musk has previously mentioned a target price of $20,000 for Optimus, though some estimates suggest Optimus Viv 3 could cost up to $50,000. Still, with its ability to carry out thousands of tasks, from cleaning and elder care to factory assistance, Optimus could offer major savings on labor costs. For example, a worker in the US earns about $35,000 per year, while Optimus only needs a 20-minute charge to run for 8 straight hours. Above all, Optimus 5.3 is not just a piece of technology. It has the potential to fundamentally change the way people work and live. By automating repetitive or dangerous tasks, Optimus could reduce reliance on manual labor, boost productivity, and lower costs. However, it also raises concerns about employment, as industries like manufacturing, healthcare, and warehousing could face disruption. Even so, Optimus also opens up new opportunities in fields like robotics research, development, maintenance, and creative industries. That's all for today's episode. Hopefully, we'll soon get to see the new version of the Cybertruck, the affordable EV, and Optimus version 3. What do you think about them? Thanks for watching. Take care and see you next time.